Hello, my name is Elliot Thompson, and today I'll be talking to you about the process of carbon emissions with the cement industry. So, 7 to 8% of CO2 emissions yearly worldwide are from cement factories, which obviously every day everybody interacts with cement in some way, shape. The building you're in, it's on a cement foundation, and nobody really thinks about that. You know, it's just a fact of life. So, one of the biggest causes of climate change is these CO2 emissions. They need to be addressed and changed in some manner to help our planet. We should all be supporting things that are pushing CO2 emission reductions. So I'm going to talk about the problem of production with cement, how it can be changed, and how everybody else's support can help make these changes happen. So the problem, CO2 emissions are causing global warming, and everybody's familiar with global warming, but in essence, it's the emission of a greenhouse gas. CO2 is the common one, and it's clogging up our atmosphere and making the world become warmer in a very quick period of time. Global cycles have happened, but we're making it go way quicker. So according to the Natural Resources Defense Council, every decade there's a 0.36 degree increase in temperature, the average temperature, and the last decade on record has been the warmest on record ever. It's in human history, that is. So this is contributing to rapid glacial melts, extreme wildfires, droughts, severe tropic storms, all the above. None of it's good. And, like I mentioned, this is caused a lot by CO2 emissions, and the cement industry is a big emitter. Almost 10% of worldwide yearly emissions are from the cement industry, which is, surprising. But this is the result of what's known as calcinization and then the fuel usage used to make cement. So, to make cement, you have to heat up some raw materials, and through this process, the chemistry emits a CO2 molecule. And so you make a lot of cement, you emit CO2. And then you burn natural gases and fossil fuels. You're also emitting these greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, causing this climate change, which is not good. So one of the big solutions I advocate for is using alternative fuel sources to heat and create cement. You just take tires, biomaterial, there's many waste materials, and you use it as a fuel source, and you create a product that is every bit as good as it was otherwise. This is beneficial in the fact that you're saving natural gases, emitting less CO2, but usually for cement plants, the person trying to get rid of the tires or whatever else sell it to you. They sell it to the cement plant, so it's saving them money too. So there's just no good reason not to use it. 72% of the United States cement plants currently, according to the Portland Cement Association, which is the largest cement association in the United States, are already using an alternative fuel source. And I work at a cement plant, which is why I'm advocating for this. We also use alternative fuel sources. Tires is our big one. And CRH, which is the biggest materials company in the world and the owner of my cement plant, they started a company in the last year called Sapphire, which is all about advocating for these alternative fuel sources because it is important, and contributing to global warming in the way that cement factories do can no longer happen because it's had too much of an impact up to this point. So obviously, you hear cement plant, and how many of you have seen a cement plant? They're not everywhere, but there is still actions that individuals like you guys can do and take to help promote green cement, is what it's called when it's made in a carbon neutral way. It's green cement. So the biggest thing is supporting, they're called LEED and BREEAM ratings. They're environmental ratings that rate the sustainability, how much cement was used, and a few other factors, and says, okay, this was constructed in a way that is environmentally friendly with environmentally friendly resources. You can look for manufacturers that support and buy green cement, and lucky for you guys, the plant I work at supplies every bit of cement that comes down to Twin Falls, and I can promise you it's green, so you guys are already in good hands. You can also call local government authorities and advocate for these policies. So big ones are governments have the ability to provide financial incentives to producers that say, hey, if you make green cement, we can cut taxes here, or there's another one. So the plant I work at is located in Oregon. They're gonna implement a carbon tax. You get a set number of carbon emissions. If you go over that, you have to pay. So that's a financial incentive, kind of in an opposite way. If you want to stay under your carbon limit, so you don't have to pay. So, and then you can also, if you guys are building a house or work in construction industry or involved in design, you can also work with your designer architect and say, hey, I would like to keep this, minimize or optimize this design to reduce the usage. So, and luckily, this costs little to none to the public. Green cement is slightly more expensive than just a normal product. And so if you were to purchase large amounts of cement, you'd see there's no repercussion to you guys. The cement plant is who has to worry about that, because technology and stuff like that can be expensive. So, CO2 is a problem with the cement industry, but it can be addressed through this alternative fuel solution, and there's a few others. Support is meaningful, and it does have its place, and it does work. So, once again, greenhouse gases, they are contributing to climate change, but innovative solutions and public support are lessening their impact, and it's super important that this does happen. And cement built the world around us. It's around us every day, so I think we should do our best to make it a more sustainable practice. Thank you.